Hello, I'm Graham Holden and welcome to this video. Now, if you are a recipient of my Photoblog newsletter, and that goes out every 6 weeks or so to just under 4,000 people now, you probably received the question there, would it be advisable for me to run a smartphone photography course for seniors? Now, I'm using the word senior for anyone that's probably over 50 years of age. You can see on screen now the demographics for my audience here on YouTube tends to be for the majority of people over 50 years of age. So I was polling that particular range of subscribers to see whether I should run this course or not. I got 93 responses to say it would be a fantastic idea if I did run a smartphone photography course for this particular age group. So, what would be the aim of the course? Well, the aim is to allow you to confidently use your smartphone to take beautiful photos and be able to share them with your family and friends. The course is for anyone who owns a smartphone, be it iPhone, Android or Google, and want to learn how to use its camera features effectively, regardless of any prior photographic experience. I also found out from the responses that a lot of you have been using bridge cameras, but are now finding them heavy to use, carry around all day, etc. I also found out from the responses that a lot of you are now afraid of taking expensive DSLRs, mirrorless cameras, or even bridge cameras into foreign countries for the fear of these items being stolen. So the smartphone is a nice pocketable device and is far less likely to be stolen in these sort of situations. Now for this particular course, it doesn't really matter if you have the most modern phone. I'll be running the course as a generic model, so it doesn't matter whether you're using the Apple iPhone or the Samsung Galaxy or any other Android phone or even the Google Pixel phones. Only when there's some camera specific settings that need to be discussed, I'll introduce them at that point in the video, but the rest of it will be for generic shooting. So here's my basic course overview. The course will last probably 2 or 3 weeks, and I'll be shooting 2 to 3 videos a week if time permits. We'll start by having a closer look at your camera, looking at the differences between the iPhone, the Android devices, and the Google Pixels. Then we'll have a look at understanding the basic functions of the shutter button, the front and rear camera switch, the flash facility, but I don't recommend that you use flash because it gives you very poor lighting conditions, gives you poor shadows, etc. We'll have a look at how to look at your photographs in the gallery. We'll look at some very basic editing techniques to allow you to correct things like a wonky horizon, or you want to crop in a little bit to improve the composition, or some basic color adjustments and brightness. But again, I'll take those very slowly to allow you to follow along. One important feature is always to keep the lens clean on these cameras. Because it's going into your pocket and out about, it's important that you take a small microfiber cloth with you and regularly clean those camera lenses to make sure that you're not getting fingerprints on there. They will result in halos on your pictures and reduce sharpness. So it is important to keep those lenses clean. Now, I'll be looking at the ergonomics of holding these devices. They're not very user-friendly in terms of taking pictures, but I'll show you some techniques to improve stability and use of some devices which will actually improve the stability to a very acceptable level using these for either stills or, more importantly, for video production. We're using the normal on-screen tap to shoot button, but you can also use the volume buttons on these devices or a simple remote control Bluetooth device if you want to take selfies or group photographs, or even start and stop the recording video or taking pictures at a remote distance. We'll also look at some compositional aspects of photography to make sure that your pictures stand out versus the ordinary run-of-the-mill pictures. We're looking at the use of the rule of thirds, where we place the subject on an intersection of the vertical and horizontal, which has been divided into 3 components so that the subject is on one of the stronger axes, and that gives a better emphasis. We'll also look at using leading lines, symmetry, and other techniques to improve your picture quality. We'll also be looking at the basic editing techniques, by use of some third-party apps which you can download onto these phones to improve the way that the cameras edit your images. Although some of the basic camera apps now employ enough of the facilities that you will need to improve the majority of your pictures. We'll also look at shooting video. A lot of you have said that you want to get into video, so we'll be looking at video in some more detail, how to get the best video quality, what modes to shoot in, and more importantly, how to get some better audio for your video productions. For more advanced users, we'll then step into the pro modes of these cameras and what to expect in terms of the file types and how to use them and how to edit them in external programs. So there'll be things like the DND or digital negative format. So the course will be mainly practically based. I'll be out and about with these cameras to show you how to take these particular pictures, be they photographs of landscapes, pets, food, still life, architecture. I'll try and cover all the genres with this particular course to make sure that you are confident to go out and take your own photographs. And to make it more interesting, I might run some program and to make this course a little bit more interesting, I might open it up to ask you to send some photos in and we'll have a look at them and see how you're progressing with your photography. So I hope you'll find this course useful. And of course, if you are a new viewer and you've not subscribed to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button and that bell notification icon to be advised when I upload the next in the series. If you're a casual viewer, please do hit that subscribe button. It would help tremendously with the algorithms which determine how my pictures and videos are being viewed across YouTube. So until we start the first program, which is going to be now around about the 7th of July, I wish you all the very best of today and hope to see you very, very soon. Goodbye for now.